Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of How to Be a 3D Animator. This episode we're going to be reviewing Christoph's Zelda Rig. This thing is honestly amazing, and I had a blast animating the intro, and it gets better. It's free. But, there's no but if you're going to use it, I suggest you guys actually donate a little bit to Christoph for his amazing work, because he can't actually make money off of the rig since it is technically fan art, but donations are cool. So if you guys are going to use it, I suggest you guys donate a little bit if you can to help make his day. I'll link his Twitter and his Gumroad down below for you guys. With that out of the way, let's jump into this week's video. Alright, let's go ahead and reference the rig in. Zelda project, mesh, grab the newest version. Okay, as you guys can see, we have a model without a texture and with black hair. So let's just go ahead and fix those real quick. I'm gonna click on the mesh and go all the way down to the last layer, which is where the skin is. Go into color, click on the arrow, click on the folder. I'm gonna make my way to the Zelda project, which is the folder for this rig, textures, and I'm gonna look at the name here. So this one should be Zelda_diff, which stands for diffuse. So I'm gonna find that, Zelda diffuse, open. And now when I press 6, aha, there we go. Our character has a skin. If you guys still don't have a skin for your eyes, for the hair, which let me go ahead and do the hair. You just gotta choose the different, so this one's hair_diffuse, so we just gotta find that, hair diffuse, open, and it might glitch sometimes for you guys where the hair turns black, like that. A way to get around this, a way to fix this, is you can either move a control, but that's kind of like a temporary fix until it breaks again. What you can do is go to lighting and click two-sided lighting. This should fix your problem, if that's a problem you have. But yeah, so just put on all the different diffuses by matching the names. There should just be 2 or 3 maximum. And now let's get into the rig part. First of all, the very cool thing about this rig is all the assets it comes with for free. Clicking this little gear on the very top, pressing Ctrl A to go into our attribute editor. And now let's check out all the goodies we got. So we have a sword, which shows up on the back, and I'm gonna turn on the controls for the sword. Now the cool thing with this is if you select the handle, you have the option for space backhand. So when you turn this to 1, it automatically pops to the right hand because Zelda's right-handed. So, and another cool thing, if you go to the arm after you popped a prop into it, click on the little gear and max out grip. It should grip over whatever object you selected. Well, it's the same grip for everything pretty much, but it matches. There isn't really any extra work. Of course you can refine it, but it's a really good starting point for every single prop. Now let's check out what other goodies we have here. We have a sword, and we have a shield that can pop up on the back. Now let's see where the shield pops up. So I'm gonna select the main control, space back arm, and boom, it goes perfectly. It goes perfectly over the arm. I just want to animate this right now. That's so freaking cool. Okay, so let's get rid of these two. We have an ice rod. That's awesome. Ooh, it looks super bendy too. Oh yeah, so you can do a lot of stuff with this. That's pretty cool. Let's find the cog control. So that's it, and it goes into the right hand. Okay, cool. What's this? We have a kunai. Nice. It has controls. We have a bow. Oh, and it doesn't have a skin. So let's just go ahead and quickly add that. Again, I'm pressing Ctrl A, going all the way to the textures, all the way to the end. Click the arrow on colors, click the folder, and what is that? Range diffuse. Let's find that, range diffuse. There we go. And again, if anything doesn't have a texture, that's how you add a texture to it. I'm a big archery fan, as you guys saw in the intro, so this one's a big one. So let's get rid of these. What else do we got here? We got a quiver, and it has 3 arrows in it. Nice. Quiver controls. We got a shaker. Okay, this one doesn't seem to have a grip. Oh no, it does. It's on the top. So I'm just gonna, where does that go? Oh, interesting. Oh, it goes to world. Sorry, that's not a grip. So space local world. I didn't read that properly. Right, so if you want to separate it from any control the body has on it, you can just you can select this upper control, go to space local, and now if you move the body, it shouldn't move this object down here. Let's see what else we got. We got a torch. Very cool. Where's that go? Oh, it's in the bottom. Let's see if the torch has a grip. Okay, we got a space control over here. So ooh, right hand, left hand. That's pretty cool. We also have a book that you can flip the pages of. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's awesome. We could do a lot with this. Man, they just keep coming. So we have a harp. We have an apple. Apple harp. Kill me. So the apple actually has a bite option too, it seems. So you can have the character take a bite out of the apple, and it's just a single bite. You can't actually eat the whole apple. That'd be cool though. But I'll take it. I'll take it. That's awesome. And lastly, we have a potion. Cool. Now for the accessories. Let's see what we have here. So the cloak is already on. We can put on the controls for it. We can turn on the controls for the waist. So we have this facial control over here. I'm personally not a fan of using these. You can move these around for different facial expressions, but I personally like moving the controls myself on the face. And luckily, we have an option for that. So let's see if we can turn those on. Yep, so we got a nose control, mouth, and we got a brow control. There we go. So this is perfect. So now we can grab the eyelids, rotate them open and close. Can wiggle the nose a little bit. We got a jaw control, so we can open the jaw. You can actually translate it, try and keep that form. That's awesome. Got some brow controls. Let's see how to translate. Okay, so it actually clips through. So you got to be careful with the brows. Make sure you translate it properly where it doesn't clip through the skin. That's fine. That's fine. That's not a big deal. But I'm liking this. This is awesome. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I guess since Christoph's going for an anime look, he allows you to animate this little lid right here too, to try and create that silhouette. I guess almost like a line art. Kind of reminds me of a Spider-Verse actually. I think that's it for all the fun stuff up here. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's check out the eye control. What do we have here? So we have auto lid, which we can turn on. And what this does is it moves the eyelids with your eye direction, which is what happens when you move your eyes. Your eyelids move with your eye. This is actually really nicely done. I really like this. We got pupil dilation. I'm sorry for this, guys. I had to add that sound effect. Ooh, iris dilation. When the character's shocked. When the character goes sugoi. And what's this? We have space local world. Okay, I think I know what this does. So let's move the head. The eye moves. So if you guys notice, the eyes move with the head. Now if we turn on space local to 1, when we move the face, the eyes try and keep the position that we're holding. So try to look into the same area that we're looking at. This is crazy. I love this. Right, so let's jump into cog placement and the difference between the hip and the cog. Usually this control right here would be the center of gravity, the cog control for most characters. But with Zelda here, this is actually the hip. So if you actually move this, it doesn't move the body, it moves the hip. The cog control is actually back here, this little plus sign. And this is where you want to rotate the body and translate it. If you guys notice, there is a yellow box right here, this yellow square, that doesn't actually move. This is the core, which do not mistake it for the cog. This is for when your character is doing a jump or some sort of acrobatics. It moves the entire body, and it's essentially like a world control, but from the hip. I actually use this in my animation to bring the character up. When the character jumps, I animated this upwards. So let's go back to the cog. So here we seem to have an FK IK option, so we can switch this out to FK, and now we have some FK controls for the chest. Okay, so you have a little more control here if you'd like. Let's try rotating this. Okay, we have an isolate hip option here, and what this does is it separates this bottom control and turns it into the hip control. since once we go to FK, the hip control we had disappears. So now we have this instead. Now let's quickly move into the legs. I'll try and be quick about this, guys. I don't want to waste your time. Okay, so we have the typical IK legs. But the cool thing is, if you guys go to the gear, we have 1 is stretch, and 2, we also have bend. Gear control in the arm has the same option. So you guys can create really nice curves here. Even though the leg is stretched, we're creating a nice curve along the leg. And we also have this toe roll option. We can rotate this outwards. We have these things. So with these, you can select whichever one you want, and you can rotate from that point. So let's say we want to rotate from the front. I collect the front one, and then I can rotate from the tip of the toe. Or if I select the side one, and we can side roll the foot from that side. This is really awesome. This is more controls than stuff I've seen in the industry. So this is great. I'm loving this rig so far. I don't know how many times I said I like this rig, so don't keep count. All right, the arms. So we have the typical FK, IK. Oh my god, we have the typical IK. You can turn this into FK by going to the little gearbox up here, change it to FK. You got your typical FK controls. I think that's it. Yep, there you go. And that's the wrist. Cool, cool. Let's go back to IK. Here you have a stretch option too, so you can drag the arm out and stretch it out. On top of that, we also have bend, like we mentioned before. So you guys can go and create nice looking curves in your arms when the arm is stretched. That's awesome. And outside of that, honestly, everything else is pretty standard. You got the neck control in the back. And this big circle is the head control. But again, I don't want to waste you guys' time. Everything else is pretty standard. These are just some of the stuff I really liked. And also this thing right here. You can use this to create a curve. So this little circular control here on the arm, you can create a curve in your hand, in your grip. It has all the right stuff in the right places. Honestly, this thing's amazing. Shoulder controls right here. Clavicle. That's perfect. But yeah, if I missed anything, or if you guys have any questions about this rig, or let me know if you guys like me doing rig reviews. I was planning to review this actually like 4 or 5 days ago, but I work full time and I record on the weekends, so I'm a little bit late on this one since Christoph did release this about a week ago. And again, if you guys are new here, I upload weekly. I upload animation videos weekly, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay notified of future videos. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Give it a nice little smashing. With that out of the way, happy animating, and I will see you guys in the next video.